Hi, you're welcome to Johnson Praise TV. This is your digital classroom. Today we are going to delve more into INFS213 past questions review. Yesterday I released 35 questions and today is going to be part 2. As I've already promised you, I'm going to release 4 videos on INFS 213, that is past questions. Then they are all going to be centered on multiple choice questions and filling questions. So make sure you smash that notification button to give me a follow, and also don't forget to share it with your colleagues. We won't really spend my time because we have a lot of things to do, so please make sure you do that. And as I've already been saying, if you have a business or any product you want to sell, please get in touch with me and then we'll see how best we go about that. So that is what I do. I promote brands and businesses. Okay, let's get started. Today we have a long day and the part 3 will be coming right after this video. So that is just by the way. Let's look at question 44. It says that to ensure that information is secure, the dash of information should be prime concern to managers of the organization. To ensure that the information is secure, the dash of information should be the prime concern to the managers of the organization. So we have integrity, we have quality, we have accuracy, we have timelines. So the answer is integrity. So to ensure that information is secure, the integrity of information should be the prime concern to managers of the information. How do we explain this? If you have an organization and you want to really grow, or you want to actually experience an exponential growth, you must ensure that the quality of information all the time. You must ensure you have quality information. So that's why you need to ensure that there's integrity of information. That should be your prime concern, or that should be your chief motive or your chief aim in everything. Let's look at as I've already provided here. So if you want, so the integrity of information should be the prime concern to managers of the organization. This is because organizations have large collection of detailed personal information and other sensitive information which they are obliged to keep secure in order to comply with a range of privacy and data protection laws. So that is it. Let's look at question 45. It says information policy describes the set of formal and informal rules okay, so I'm taking it again. Information policy describes a set of formal and informal rules that directly restrict, encourage, and shape flow of information. So is it true or false? Let's look at this. So information policy describes the set of rules, okay, formal and informal, that directly restricts, encourages, and otherwise shapes the flow of information. So it is true. Information policy shapes, okay, it shapes and also restricts and encourages the flow of information. So the answer is true. When they give you this, you must choose through. Let's look at the next one. The information architecture set out the expected information management practices in the organization. The information architecture set out the expected information management practices in the organization. So is this true or false? The answer is false. It is not information architecture that really set out the expected information management practices, but rather it is information management policy. It is information management policy. So they can give you this one and give you the same one. They can give you the information management policy set out the expected information management practices in the organization. So when they give you this, it is true. But when they say information architecture, then you know it is wrong. Tell the tell the examiner that that question is what? False. Just to trick you. Question 46. Guidance on the types of information that need to be created, captured, and managed to support agency business and legal requirement is provided under the dash area in the information policy. So we have creation and maintenance of information, we have legislative and key mandate, we have scope, and we have information transfer. So let's look at it. So we have all these one. We have scope, we have legislation and other mandate, but all of them do not really specify or clearly explain the concept. But let's look at creation and maintenance of information. So creation and maintenance of information, it set guidance on the types of information that need to be created, captured, and managed to support agency business and legal requirements. So let's look at the question, and then so that is what correct. So the answer is what? E. Okay, so when they ask you things about how information is being created, captured, and managed, and then support business legal requirement, then you should know the answer is creation and maintenance of what? Information. So you create and maintain it. So put it at the back of your mind. If it comes with what? Information being created, managed, and then to support, okay, it is what? Creation and maintenance of information. So let's move on. Question 47. Dash is a comprehensive plan that is used by information management professionals to guide their organizations. So we have information management quality, we have information management strategy, we have information management architecture, we have information management policy. So the answer here is information management strategy. And why is it information management strategy? Let's look at it. So IM stands for what? Information management. So IM strategy is a comprehensive plan that is used by information management professionals to guide their organizations. So it is what? Information management strategy. So you can use this one. You must understand when a question is talking about something being a comprehensive plan, okay, then you must know that it is information management strategy. If it has to do with information management plan, a comprehensive plan, okay, and then you know that we are talking about what? Information management policy. So let's look at question 48. Which of the following statement is correct about firewall? Okay, so in the INFS213 there was similar question like that, which I explained how it filters and blocks certain information. If you remember, those of you who watch that video, you definitely remember. So with this one, we are also talking about a statement that is correct about firewall. Okay, so A, it says that it is a device installed at the boundary of a company to prevent unauthorized physical access. B, it is a device installed at the boundary of an incorporate to protect it against what? Unauthorized access. And we have C, it is a kind of bill to prevent files from damaging the corporate. And then D, none of the above. So the answer is B. It is what? A device installed at the boundary of an organization or what? Incorporate, right? To protect it against unauthorized access. So they do these things what? To prevent what? Unauthorized access. So it is what? B. It is a device installed at the boundary of what? and incorporate what to prevent it. So let's look at the firewall. It says that a firewall is a network security device or software that monitors and controls the incoming and ongoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. It acts as a barrier between trusted internal network and an untrusted external network, such as the internet, to prevent unauthorized access to potential security threats. So that is it. Question 49. All the following are characteristics of strong passwords, except A, does not contain your username, real name, or company name. Yes, it is correct. Does not contain a complete dictionary word or any language. That one is also correct. And then let's look at C. C says that contain both upper and lower case numbers and then special letters. That one is true. But let's look at C. C says that is the same as previous password that you have used. That one, it is something which is what? Not true. If you want to build a strong password, as we mean my company, I'm using Johnson Praise as my company password. Then I come and use the same password as my phone or my bank account when my bank app password. So if anyone wants to play me wicked, since he knows the company password, he will just key in anytime I'm not around just to see whether it can open, and if it opens, the person will cash out all my money or just withdraw everything from my bank account. So it is something we should be very careful about. So that is it. And I've given you the options here so you can go through. It should not have 8 or more characters. It does not contain your username, real name, or company name. It does not contain a complete dictionary word in any language. It's different from your previous password you have used. So here it says the same, so that is why it is wrong. And contain both upper and lower case letters, also numbers and then the special letters. Number 50, it says that it's a program. Dash is a program that secretly collects information from the computer user and then communicate the information it collects to the same to some outside sources when the user is online. Okay, so we call this one, they call it what? Spyware. So this is where the system secretly collects what? Information from your computer, okay, or your device, and communicate the same information that it collected from you to outside source. Okay, so that is what we call what? A spyware. So I have given you some stars here. When you go, the options they gave to you, they gave you what? Virus, worm, and then rocket. Okay, rocket. So with all these things here, when you take virus, a potentially damage that infect a computer or mobile device negatively. Okay, so that one is what? Not part. When you take worm is a program that copies itself repeatedly, for example, in a memory of a network using resource and possibly shutting down the computer. That one is also not part. Let's look at Trojan. Trojan horse is a computer that hides within or looks like legitimate program. Unlike virus or worm, Trojan horses does not replicate itself to other computers or devices. They hide. So that is what and then we have rocket. Rockets are a program that hides in a computer or mobile device and always allow someone from remote location to take full control of the computer or the devices. That is what rocket. But when you talk of what the spyware, it is what? A program placed on computer or mobile devices without the user's knowledge that secretly collects information about the users and then communicate the information it collects to some outside source while the user is online. So that is the correct answer. And let's look at adware. Adware is a program that displays an online advertisement in a banner, pop-up window, pop windows, and then web pages. So and email pages and so on. So the adware, that is it. And we also have what so these things are all are not options, but the correct option is the spyware. And the ad, sometimes when you go to the internet, they give you some ads, and this is what companies use to promote their businesses recently. It increase your brand visibility if you have a company or any agency, and people are not seeing it, people are not seeing your product, people are not getting use of things you are doing. Your business is in a pit whereby no one knows what you are doing. When you create these ads, people will be browsing directly on their phone, and then they will Facebook will target those people, especially if I'm selling into real estate and I want people who want to buy a house. When you go to Facebook, Instagram, and the internet, there is something that you accept that's called cookies. Okay, when you accept these cookies, it tells you that whatever activity that you do on the platform or the website, they should monitor your activities. Assuming you log into Jumia, and with Jumia you went to search for watches. You also went to search for iPhone covers, and also you went to also search for houses for rent. So with these things that you went to search, as you've already accepted cookies, it is what monitoring your activities on the platform. So the moment you leave there, already Facebook knows that this person has interest in what iPhone accessories. This person has an interest in what houses. This person also has an interest in how do you call it, watches. So what is going to happen is that if I create an ad and I tell Facebook or Instagram or whosoever that they should send it to people that are interested in houses, already it will go to the person. That's why it is always within your business. Sometimes you run these ads, and if you want assistance or you need assistance on this, I create these ads myself. Yeah, I do I have Facebook social media advertisement. So if you need assistance on this, you can contact me and we will get the right targets. It's not about targeting anybody, but you target the right people so they can buy, so you don't end up wasting money. You get it? Let's move on to, you call me on 0545412017 and you will see how best you will do that, and we'll also do branding and everything for you. I'm giving you a try question here, so please make sure you do the try question for me. What is I think I've already reviewed part of the question for you, the answer for you. What is the full meaning of PaaS? What does it mean? What is the full meaning of SaaS? And what is the full meaning of IaaS? Okay, PaaS, full meaning of PaaS, full meaning of SaaS. Right, forget about the other S I added, and then the last one is what? IaaS. So what is it? Please drop it under the comment section. These things they can ask you in your exams. Okay, they can ask you in a form of short answer or whatever, filling or a short answer. So you must know it, or it can come in a multiple question. So try and provide the answers to this. So when you talk of PaaS, we call the PaaS as what? Platform as what? Service. PaaS is platform as service. SaaS is software as service. Software as service. And we have IaaS as infrastructure as what? Service. Now let's move forward to the next question. 51. Which of the following concept is used when protecting the individual's identity? Which of them is used when you are protecting? So mostly when I'm solving questions, I make sure I clear the options that I think they do not belong to the exact questions they've provided out. So when you look at this one, integrity is out, and then we have confidentiality too is out. So it's between anonymity and then privacy. But reason why I chose privacy is that when you try to provide the person's when you try to protect the individual's identity, it is privacy. Okay, that is privacy. That's the reason why I chose privacy. When you try to and also I chose it based on your slides, because your slides didn't really specifically mention anything concerning to anonymity, but there is a privacy. But with the privacy, let's look at it. It says that confidentiality refers to limiting individuals' access and disclosure to authorized persons, authorized users or persons only. Okay, so confidentiality is related to a broader concept of data privacy. So confidentiality, it is related to data privacy, limiting access to individuals' personal information. So with a confidentiality, it limits access to the individual's personal information. But here I didn't choose confidentiality because it is limiting access to protecting the individual's identity, right? And there's a question of that sort. So we'll look at that, and that one is a confidentiality. Let's look at this one. It says that which of the following concept is used in protecting an individual's information. Do you get it? This one is when you are protecting the individual's information, and other one is when protecting the individual's identity. So there are two things. Pay attention to them. So which of them? And this one is confidentiality. When you read the second point that I read, it says that confidentiality is related to a broader concept of data privacy, limiting access to individuals' personal information, limiting to protecting individuals' information, and it is confidentiality. Let's look at 52. Which of the full refers to unsolicited and mostly irrelevant messages sent on the internet to a large number of users? It is spam. What we call spam, not Trojan horse, not adware, not spyware, but it is spam. Spamming are unsolicited unsolicited and mostly irrelevant messages sent on the internet to a large number of users. You can think of the University of Ghana mail that they normally send. Okay, plenty. You can get messages that are not of interest to you. Okay, it's all like I am not saying, I'm giving you something example. Some of the messages, it is about health issues, conferences and stuff, which it is not of interest to you. Okay, but because they can't really separate everybody from the list or the email list, they send it to everybody. Sometimes you go online, you make some of these subscriptions, and every day they send plenty messages to you every day. When it happens like that, I block them, and then I go and unsubscribe from their email. And that's what they're spamming. Okay, let's look at this one. This is going to be a fill-in question. That refers to 53. That refers to limiting information access and disclosure to only authorized users. Okay, it refers to limiting information access and disclosure to only authorized users. If it is about authorized users, then choose what we call confidentiality. Right? It is confidentiality. Confidentiality refers to limiting information access and disclosure to authorized users or persons only. Okay, there's a deal between myself and you, okay, the two of us. So that deal that is between us, it is what we call confidentiality. If a third person gets to hear about that, then it could mean that you are the one who disclosed it to the third party, or I am the one who did that. So these are what confidentiality issues. 54. An information user can be one or more of the following, except A, general, B, specialist, C, non-literate, and then D, none of the above. So all these things, when you took off what information users, general, we have general information users, we have specialist information users, we have what non-literate information users. So it is what all of the above. So information users can be one or more than one of the following, okay, or more of the following, except. So that is it. D, that is none of the above. Let's look at 55. Seeking behavior. Okay, information seeking behavior of users of information is what? Contingent on the following. Information seeking behavior of users of information is contingent on the following, except A, level of education, B, access to information sources, C, length of time willing to devote, and then D, income level. So it is what? Income level. Information seeking behavior of users of information is contingent on the following. So people will seek for information on the following reasons, okay? The level of what? Education, access to information. Okay, if the level of information determines whether you should seek for information or not. Your access to information, if you have access to information, like if you have things that can give you access to information, like the libraries, the internet and stuff, then you do that. And then length of time willing to devote is also by income. So income level does not directly dictate information seeking behavior, as much as factors like education, access to information sources, and the time one is willing to devote to seeking information. While income can indirectly influence access to certain resources or opportunities for education, it is not directly linked to the behavior of seeking information as the other listed. Okay, so that is it. So people from the various income levels have different priorities, interests, motivation for seeking information, but income itself is not a determining factor. Income is not a determining factor. Let's look at question 56. In this age of information tsunami, information users need information for the following. I said, when you talk of information tsunami, it's whereby there's what an overload of information everywhere, right? So now that there are overload of information, overflow of information, and rapid increase of information day in day out, information from different sources, what do you really need to do? So users need information for the following. For health, yes, you need the right information for your health. If you are sick, you need the right places you can go, and don't, because people are advertising and doing everything every day. So you must you need information for your health. Your finances, if you are not careful, you go and invest in another number one business again, and your business will end up collapsing, or your capital will end up vanishing. And also entertainment. If you want entertainment, what is the best entertainment? It's not any entertainment you attend. There are some places, if you go, if you are not careful, someone will take your life. Some entertainment are full of violence and stuff. When you go to other countries, people go for parties and they kill them, they shoot them. So you need the right information to be on guide and know what to do. Okay, if not, you are going to lose focus. Okay, so none of the above. All these things are factors. None of the above. Right. Let's look at number 57. Students to establish a link between their projects and their library resources is an objective of A, information management training, B, information policy, C, user education, and then D, information need. It is what? User education. User education. I'm repeating it again. It is user education. Why is it user education? Ajwa, why is it a user education? Kwame, why is it user education? Okay, so if you know it, please drop your comment, okay, under the comment section. Drop it under the comment section. And this is it. User education involves teaching individuals on how to effectively locate, evaluate, and use information resources to meet their needs. In context of your question, the question, okay, so students are encouraged to establish a link between subjects, libraries, and what? Resources. So that is what? The whole thing. That is the whole thing. So let's look at what? The next question. The next question. Which who presented personal intercourse and relationship between libraries and readers in popular libraries? Someone presented a concept called what? Personal intercourse and relations between libraries and readers in popular libraries. Okay, so who did that? We have A, Robert St. We have Case, we have Wilson. So the answer is Robert S.S. So let's look at it. In a paper presented by Samuel Sweat Green. Okay, the name is what? The Samuel S.S. is what? Samuel Sweat Green. In a conference held in Philadelphia in 1874, personal intercourse and relations between librarians and readers in particular libraries. It suggested that librarians should do much more than just provide material on demand. So they should do more than they provide what? Material on demand. So that is what? The answer. Let's look at the next question. Individual information needs. Okay, individual information need can come in the following, except individual information. When you need information, it can come in a form of in this format or in these ways. Okay, we have A, leisure needs, B, inspiration, C, decision making, and then D, increasing uncertainties. It is increasing uncertainties. You will look for information just to solve a problem, but I don't think you look for information to add burden to whatever burden you have, right? You look for information to resolve a problem. You want to buy a laptop, but you don't really know the right place to buy that laptop. So you look what? You go and do your research and get the answer to resolve that uncertainty, okay, to be able to make the right decision. And that is what? The concept of information and then data. So you get the right information to be able to resolve uncertainty, to be able to take the right decision, and to be able to what? To add up to your cognitive structure. Add up to what? Your cognitive structure. Okay, or things that will actually make you react. Okay, it's a stimulus. Okay, that's what? Add up to what? Your cognitive structure. So and in so doing, it is what? Not leisure. Okay, if your leisure needs, information needs, it is what? It's true. If I want to have leisure, it is what? It is one of what? My information needs. You look for information to result to what? To actually have what? To be able to what? Enjoy your leisure. And also you look for inspiration. It is also part. Inspiration is part. You look for information for an inspiration. And then for decision making too, you need information to make decision. You want to buy a laptop. There are so many models. There are so many types and different distributors or sellers. Everybody is saying his own is good. We have even first hand, second hand users. Everybody is selling it. So you need to take your time and then get the right information to be able to make that decision. So all these options are not part, but all these options are part, with the exception of what? Increasing uncertainty. Uncertainty is something that is very doubtful, things you don't really have any assurance about. Let's say like you want to buy, there's a conflict of interest between producer one and producer two. One is selling what? Producer A is selling HP laptops, and then producer B is selling Dell laptops. So which of them are you going to do? So you need information to be able to take that decision, but you don't really need to add up to that specific burden. So increasing the uncertainty is the answer. Question 60. The following are types of user education except A, orientation, B, inspiration, C, information literacy, and D, bibliographic instruction. So this one, yesterday, the video I released, I spoke about that. If you have not watched the first video, you can check it up. That is the first part 1. This is part 2. I'm going to release part 3 after this one, so you can check the part 3. That's why you need to subscribe to my channel, so that if I release these videos, you get access to them without really clicking on any link, but it will come to you directly. Let's look at the options here. So the types of user educations are orientation, library instruction, we have bibliographic instruction, we have also information literacy. So the answer here is inspiration. I didn't find inspiration. So let's move on to the next one. What is the full meaning? I'm giving you this one. You solve it yourself. What is the full meaning of CCTV? What is the full meaning of CCTV? And also, what is the full meaning of CIA? What is the full meaning of? Please, this one is the second try question I'm giving to you. Drop the answer under the comment section. If you know it, drop it. So when they talk of CCTV, the full meaning of CCTV is what? Closed circuit television camera. So CCTV camera is what? Closed circuit television. And then you add your camera to it, which is what? CCTV camera. Or if it is only CCTV, or you don't add the camera to it, by right what? Closed circuit television. Closed circuit television. Look at the closed word. It is closed, right? Closed, not close. And let's look at the CIA. The CIA means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality, integrity, availability. So this is what the CIA. So when they mention CIA, you know it is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Let's look at question 62. Question 62. This is the totality of human behavior connected to the media of information and information use. So we talk of what? The totality of human what? Behavior connected to the media of information and information use. This is what we call information seeking behavior. Information seeking behavior. It is not information needs, not information access, neither information skills, but it is information seeking behavior. When we talk of information seeking behavior, it is defined as what? In different ways. One of the widely quoted definition is that of Wilson. So Wilson would describe it as what? The totality of human behavior in relations to sources and channels of information, including both active and passive information use. So that is what? Wilson 2000. So they can also give you the definition and ask you the person who defined it. It is what? Wilson. So that is Wilson's definition for information seeking behavior, or the totality of human behavior connected to the media of information and information use. Let me give you a try question. Which of the following agencies are involved in the handling and provision of information? Okay, see, the following agencies are involved in the handling and provision of information except. So please Drop the answer. We have museums, we have information system, we have archive centers, and none of the above. Drop the answer. That is question 63, right? So drop the answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. According to Nwaro 2003, an information user is the one who visits the library only in person. So, true or false? Is it true or false? So, they quoted Nwalo and they said an information user is one who visits the library only in person. So the answer is false. Why is it false? According to Nwalo 2003, an information is not limited to visiting the library only to only in person, right? So Nwalo didn't state that it is only limited to what? To one person who visit what? The library. Okay? It is not limited to what? Visiting the library in person. So information uses can also be accessed through various or other means such as what? Online databases, digital libraries, through the remote services provided by the library. So that is what? The answer. So it's not about visiting the library. That means that you've been to the library. But now we have what? An international we have online libraries, the databases and stuff. So you cannot stay home and still visit library. So those of you who think you can just only be at home, you can only go to the libraries to learn, you can visit the online libraries and you can learn with your laptop, your PC, or whatever device you have. Let's look at question 73. I think I jumped some of the questions. There were some repetitions. I need to clear them out, but I'll still replicate it. We'll get to question 80. Okay, so there's no problem with this. All right. Information activities revolve around the A, information professional, B, information staff, C, librarian, and then D, information consumer. So it revolves around the information professional. The option or the clear options were between information professionals and then information consumer, but it is what the information professional. So information activities revolve around the let me give you this is my explanation. You know, it is past questions that we are solving, right? So and since I didn't solve it, I need to find my way and explain it or get the right answers for you. So let's look at the activities of information professional. This includes creation or origination of information. We have their activities also include selection, acquisition and organization of information. Also storage and retrieval of information is some of their activities, and also dissemination and preservation of what? Information. Now let's look at the question clearly. It says what? Information activities revolve around the information what? Professional. Alright, I hope you are clear with this. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. A library's information unit and system must be a cellhood of what? Okay, a cellhood. Okay, it says that what? A library's information unit and system must be what? A cellhood of what? Of the dash. Then we have what? A, information professional. B, information staff. C, librarian. And then D, information clientele. Okay, clientele, rather, however they call it, right? So the answer here, I chose what? Information clientele. With why I chose the information clientele. So the library's information unit and systems must be what? A cellhood of what? Information clientele. Because they are designed and organized to cater the needs, preferences, and behavior of the user or clientele. So the client, okay, they provide those services to cater for the needs of what the client, and that is what they do. Okay, so let's look at it. So the library. So the question is, the library information unit and system must be what, a solitude of what. So the services that they provide to the client, the people that patronize the information, the people that enjoy the information. So that is the answer I got, or I chose. Let's look at option objectives of orientation. Objectives of orientation include the following, except A, to make the student aware of the existence of the university library. It is yes. That is true. When you go through the options, it is true. To create awareness of the material at the library, it is also true. To show them how the library is organized, that is also true. But to handle microphones and appropriate reading equipment is false. They don't show people how to handle microphones and appropriate reading material equipment. It is false. So you don't go with this. You choose what? It is the answer, to handle microphones. It is not an objective of for the orientation of what, or the objectives of orientation. They don't teach you how to handle microphones when teaching you about these information processes or the user information, but they guide you, they teach you to know more about the university libraries, the awareness of the material at the library, those information you meet there, or the materials you receive or you get at the libraries. They teach you those things, and they also show you how they are organized, where you can get information from, but they don't teach you how to organize, to hold microphones. All right, question 75. The following are information users except A, patrons, B, readers, C, learned, and then D, consumers. So which one is the answer? We have patron, readers, learned, and consumers. So now let's look at this option. So the term consumers typically refers to individuals who use or purchase goods or services for personal use or consumption. In the context of libraries, patrons, readers, and learned are commonly used or described. Okay, so but you look at the other options, which is what, the consumers. So the consumers are not really are associated with it. So that is it. So consumers, what they do is that, let me make it clear for you. Consumers, they purchase things, okay? They purchase goods for personal use or consumption. These are what, consumers, right? And we say that what, information users, okay? We have patrons, we have learned, and then we have what, readers. So the readers are users of what, information. Patrons are what, users of information. Learned are what, but consumers are also what, are no information users. Question 76. Okay, are individuals who cannot read and write very well. So individuals who cannot read and write very well are those that we call semi-literate. Okay, you cannot say they are semi-professionals. It is not a qualified expression. So I'm doing academic writing. It's not a qualified expression. And when you say non-illiterate, okay, when you say somebody is a non-literate, it means the person is a literate person. Okay, so it's synonymous to literacy. And let's look at handicapped. Handicapped is someone who is disabled. Handicapped, someone who is really disabled. And disability is not, they normally say something that disability is not I've forgotten about it, but they used to say some things like that. Okay, disability is not a disease or something. It doesn't prevent you from what being an IT user, or it doesn't prevent you from what for being what computer literate. Somebody is a disabled person but is very good when it comes to computer literacy. So handicap can never be the option, but semi-literate are those that who cannot read and write well. You can handicap person. There are some people who are handicapped but they can read and write, okay, or they can read very well. So that is it. So the answer is semi-literate. The person is semi. The person isn't all that brilliant. The person isn't also the person isn't brilliant. The person is also isn't also bad. Okay, the person is between them, right? It's in between. And let's look at the question 78. Information. Which example best present platform as service? Platform as service. Platform as service. Like I told you earlier, we have what? Infrastructure as service. We also have infrastructure as service. We have software as service. Okay, and then we have platform as service. So with software as service, they fall under, let me read this one. Software as service. For instance, a programmer that needs to build an application that requires a high-speed processing server and can sign up to for a platform as service model rather than spending huge amounts in purchasing servers and operating system for the application. Example of platform as service models are Google's App Engine. Okay, so they can give you this Google's App Engine. It is still part of platform as service. And then a Microsoft Windows Azure. That's also the answer. So the option here is Microsoft Azure App Engine. Microsoft Azure App Engine. Okay. So it is Microsoft Windows Azure. Microsoft Windows Azure. Okay. Even though the name has been misrepresented, but that is the option. This option is it falls under the platform as service. It falls under the platform, so we'll go with that. Right, let's look at 79. Cloud computing may not be suitable for organizations with A, high data security and privacy requirement, B, large-scale data processing and computational needs, C, limited budget for IT infrastructure and personnel, then D, desire for flexibility and scalability and resource usage. So this one is this is A. It is high data security and privacy. So cloud computing, it is where they put the systems in place to ensure that there's strict security and stuff in the organization. So when you talk of high, you say that it is not suitable for companies who already have security and privacy requirement already. They don't really need cloud computing. Do you understand why I choose high data security and privacy? But when you go to a low scale data processing and computational needs, those places, those organizations, they need cloud computing. And places with a limited budget for IT infrastructure and personnel, they also need That is what cloud computing. And they can ask you full meaning of CC. CC means cloud computing. CC, cloud computing. So when they ask you CC, you should provide it or know that it is what cloud computing. And also the last one is what desire for flexibility and scalability in resource usage. That one too, it is what it's also what an option, right? But these ones are a high data security and privacy requirement. They don't really what need cloud computing, or it's not really suitable for those organizations. Let's look at question 80. What type of cloud service model involves users building and running application on a platform provided by the user provider? What type of cloud computing model involves what building and running application on a platform provided by a user? Okay, so it is what platform as service. It's what it's a type of cloud service model which involve users building and running application on the platform provided by the service provider. So platform as service involves what? Involves building and running application on a platform provided by the service provider. So with platform as service or PaaS, users typically have access to development tools, infrastructure, and runtime environment offered by service provider to provide, deploy, and manage their application without worrying or underlying infrastructure concern. Okay, so this model allows for greater focus on application development and deployment. Okay, making it suitable for developers and organizations looking to streamline their development process. So let me give you a try question. So this try question, you try your hands on this one for me. Okay, so some specialists in the field have theorized that information cannot be 100% secured. Is it true or false? So question 80. If you believe it is true, please drop it under the comment section. If you believe it is false, drop it under the comment section. And let's go. I'll be bringing you session 2. So session 3, it is coming. The questions are all here. They are all set, and that is it. So I'm bringing you the part 3. Stay tuned. I'm left with what? 2 questions more to release. So subscribe to my channel and stay connected. And when you subscribe, make sure you turn the notification bell on, so that if I release it, you will get it. Do you understand it? So anytime I release a content, you get it. And as I've been saying, if you have a product or anything you want to sell, or you have a business, you have the idea now, you want to bring it to completion, or try to bring it on board, right? You can get in touch with me and my agency. Will see how best we will set your business up for you. So don't really worry about that. If you need people, digital marketers, or people that will promote, we provide those services. We'll see how best we help you. May God bless you, and thanks for watching and subscribing to my YouTube. Please share it with your friends for them to also benefit from it. God bless you. See you in the next video.